big one of these in?
No, that's good. There we go. There's the bounce in the grand final, Karingal versus YCW MPNFL Division 2. Bit scrambling in the middle. Ball sacks up, free kick straight out of the middle, and that's going to a Karingal player. In Nick Deaton, the captain. He kicks long to centre half forward. Henderson running on the half forward flank, picks the ball up, taps it out to Bedford. Bedford on his right foot, tries to snap, the ball smothered and goes over the boundary line into Karingal's attack in the forward pocket. Karingal first out of the centre. The ball's thrown in. Walton and Kent are in the ruck. Ball comes down to Woods. Woods tackled high, no free kick. Ball packs up and the umpire says, I'll have it, and he'll bounce it up now.
It's like a bit of a scuffle behind play, Andrew. There's a few players had his jumper ripped from his back.
Back in the action, handball goes out. Left foot kick from Karingal towards goal. There's a free kick, and they're paying that to YCW, and that's going to Epstein, the full-back. Epstein right in the last line of defence. Funny kicking action, kicks wide towards Kenter. Kenter gets the ball, handball's out. Darren Woods picks up. Woods goes across the ground to Berenger and Hura. Hura drops the mark, play on's the call. Woods picks up, Berenger picks up. Murchie, the ball stacks up. Left foot kick down towards YCW attacking area, but no, dropped mark by Karingal there. Marcus Leonard attacks the ball for YCW, gets a kick in as he's dumped. Free kick, Marcus Leonard, not down the ground. He'll kick the ball well and truly into the YCW attacking line. Leonard on the half forward flank. Kicks his attempted torpedo. He's got 50 metres. Someone must have run over the mark. This could be the first score. Now it's a free kick down the ground. Who's taking it? Jones. Jones will shoot from about 15 metres out directly in front. This will be the first score of the game. He lines up. Kicks for goal. And he's put it through. First blood to YCW, so they go to 1 goal straight, 6 points to Karingal yet to score. Just 2 minutes into the game.
Interesting opening, and don't see any particularly big moves that'll affect this game drastically. I think both sides have lined up as was predicted, and there's no reason for any bad football today. Beautiful day, ground in good condition.
Great conditions, isn't it? Yeah, it's a perfect day for football. They've turned it on for the MPNFL this time around. Umpire
Lundy in control, bounces down. McCormick knocks this over to Lane. Lane into the forward line. Player brought down, but no, the umpires continued to play on.
Scrubs towards the boundary line. It's gone out of bounds, and the boundary umpire will throw it in. Forward pocket for YCW. They're into attack again. They've started pretty well. The ball's thrown in. Deaton in the ruck. Caddy goes for a big long thunt. Ball's kicked out in the full. Half forward flank for YCW, and they'll kick the ball back into attack again. Long kicks the ball, left foot. Out towards Goonan, who drops the mark. Over the back of the pack. McCormick tries a banana kick, and it's one behind. Perhaps should have used his left foot there.
Plenty of opportunity for the left foot, but no, just went for the banana kick.
Would have been a miraculous goal, but that's the sort of player McCormick is, I suppose. Ball comes back into play. Berenger sets himself for a mark. There's an infringement there. It's going Karingal's way. To Simons, no. To Murchie. Jason Murchie, number 17 player. Kicks into the man on the mark. Long kicks into the forward line. Chest mark, easy chest mark there to Caddy. Caddy kicks out wide. Who's he found there? Karingal up towards the wing. Attacking the ball's Woods. Gets a funny kick in towards the boundary line. Back to Karingal. Kick to kick here at the moment. The ball goes high, that'll be out in the full. Tim McCormick will take it on centre wing for YCW. Goes to Davison in the middle, unmarked. He plays on to his left foot, kicks long down to the forward line. Players go up, Leonard at the bottom of the pack, runs into an open goal, shoots, and that's YCW's second. They go to 2 goals straight, 2-1 13 to Karingal, no score.
And you're watching MPTV Sport.
Marcus Leonard's a real opportunist down the forward line there, and he picked that one up off the pack, got around a player, steadied and kicked a goal. He's the sort of experience YCW have lacked up until now, and he'll make a difference today.
Certainly makes the most of every opportunity, Andrew.
Yeah, he's kicked quite a few goals that way this year. Ball gets bounced. Bruin. Davison comes from the side. Simons grabs the ball. It spins out of one tackle, gets it tight. Umpire pays Simons a free kick in the centre for Karingal. Simon goes long, out to the half-forward flank. Walton sets himself for a grab. Can't take it. Kenter, handball to Theobold. Theobold plays on. He's tagged. Gets his kick in. Dave Hickman on his left foot. Kicks into centre half forward for YCW. There's Bartling on the bottom of that pack. The ball comes out. McCormick kicks wide. Holes are chasing the ball. He's got it now. Handball's inside. Ineffective. Brendan Long kicks into the centre, and Tony Davison, the centreman, takes the ball. He'll go along with his left foot to centre half forward. He's up there. Ball comes down to the bottom of the pack. Leonard again. Gets around one. Trying to do a bit too much. Ball scrubs out. Was to Karingal. Scott Frey takes it. Kicks down to the centre wing. Ball scrubs over the boundary line. Out of bounds on the grandstand side. Just YCW side of the centre.
Plenty of pace in this game so far.
Yeah, both sides are really quick running sides. It's the way it'll be played all day. The ball gets thrown in. Kicked out of the pack towards the YCW. Marcus Leonard taps the ball on. Jones on his left foot scrubs the kick up. Goonan running down the ground, can't hold the mark. The ball goes out of bounds. Half forward flank for YCW. They've started a bit the better, a bit more purposeful in attack.
Okay, and you're watching MPTV Sport.
Ball thrown in. Caddy knocks the ball to the front. Leonard again. He's in everything at the moment. Takes a free kick for holding the man. Just on the 50-metre line he is, on an angle. He goes for a pass in towards Goonan. He's successfully cut off though. Oh, he's been paid for shepherding. Against Karingal for shepherding, and Goonan will shoot from about 15 metres out, just on a slight angle. Great decision there from the umpire.
It's had a big impact on the YCW side in the latter part of the season. He's kicking goals regularly and gives them a good focal point.
Started in seconds and was kicking goals there and came up and, he's a really useful footballer. Kicks, funny kicking action towards goal. Looks good, YCW are happy, and that's their third goal. They've blitzed away from Karingal in the opening minutes here. 3-1-19 to Karingal yet to score.
And you're watching MPTV Sport.
Correct.
That's good, guys. We just need to try and, we sort of tend to be telling people what's happening, whereas they can see that. We need to describe the play a bit more.
All right.
Okay? And you have a look at the TV from time to time. It was out to connect it up, so you must.
The ball's bounced. Nearly dragged high was McCormick. Lane scrubs a kick forward. Goes onto the bottom of the pack. Leonard chasing. YCW getting in first at the moment. This will bounce right. No, it won't for Hura. Running onto the ball there was Smith, I think. Is it Smith? Smith on the left foot. No, it wasn't Smith. To Walton. Walton chasing the ball. Ball goes out of bounds on the forward pocket for Karingal, and they're into attack for one of the first times so far today. Slight breeze favouring that end, but I think all day the scoring end's been the beach road end. YCW out of the back line. Kento will kick long, looking for Davison. Davison can't hold the mark. Bruin over the top of it. The crowd want a holding the ball decision, but none forthcoming. That was Rod Kine, the number 17, the Rover, just come into the side today. Walton taps the ball out. Walton didn't have a great game in the second semi-final. He'll be looking to make amends today.
The two 13s, Davison and Simons, look to have picked up each other, and that's going to be a great duel.
For sure. Bruin takes a kick. The crowd didn't like it in front of us, but it was probably there. Doesn't know what to do with the ball. Looking for options up the ground. Long, who's been in everything so far, and Lane, he needs to fight today if YCW are going to win this game. He's got a free kick. He's a favourite with the umpires, Joey Lane. Kicks the ball long. Good grab from Caddy, doesn't hold it. Simons tries to burst clear. Good tackle from Berenger, and he gets the kick.
It's caught, and the umpire's called play on. They play the advantage rule.
Delaney, clever little player.
This one straight to Jones. Jones knocks out. Berenger's in the box seat. He runs onto his left foot. Hands over to McCormick. McCormick shoots at goal and looks good.
YCW absolutely burst away in the opening stage of this game. The Karingal runner, Rob Vines, running out there with a few messages through his players. The Karingal bench must be wondering what to do at the moment. 4-1, 25 to no score, Karingal.
And you're watching the MPNFL finals on MPTV Sport.
Karingal have got to start taking the ball out of the centre and giving their forwards an opportunity. Walton, Bedford, the type of players that can really give themselves plenty of options, but they're not getting a chance.
Ball goes up again. Theobold tries to run it, overruns it. Comes out wide. Oh, that's too high. It'll be a Karingal free kick. And I think that's Murchie out there. No, it's Low. Low kicks wide. Finds a loose player. Ball scrubbed forward. Hickman on his left foot. Kicks long. Over the top. Drop the mark. Oh, he's paid it. Played on. Goes to Berenger, the St Kilda player. Gets around. No, he can't break clear. That's holding the ball. And the Karingal crowd love it.
It's a good tackle by Holzer.
Great tackle. Holzer kicks in towards goal, looking for Bedford. He can't outmanoeuvre. Who's he on? I think he's on Epstein. That'll be a good battle. Playing for a free kick. None coming. Oh, that's too high. Epstein will take the kick in the back pocket for YCW. Looking for options. Funny kicking style, Epstein. There it is. Kicks long. Looking for McCormick. The flies are up. McCormick. The ball comes into his hand somehow. Kicks long, looking for Leonard, who's pushed out and take the kick on the wing.
Smith gave him a small nudge.
Smith played a great game in the win over Pearstale in the second semi. He'll be looking for the same form. Leonard goes forward. Another free kick. It's a procession down the ground at the moment. YCW are in front and they're getting the kicks. Looking for Goonan. They've got him. He's dropped the mark. It's one he should have taken. Out wide to Jones. Play scrubs up. Nothing coming out. YCW break clear through Leonard. He can put him well and truly in front. Yes, it's another one for YCW. 5-1, 31 to no score for Karingal. This is a great start. Unexpected start too, I'd say.
I think Karingal might be suffering the effects of the pressure, the lead-up of this game. They've got plenty of young players. A couple have played in junior finals, but the pressure of a senior MPNFL grand final is a lot more pressure on them, and they haven't adapted to the pace of the game yet, and they've really got to lift their form and get that ball out of the middle.
I hope for their sake they can get into it and make this game a close one for the big crowd who's coming today to watch it. Ball's bounce. Bruin wins a tap towards Lane. Davison. That wasn't Davison. Kicks long. Comes to Simons. Burst clear. Inspirational player, Simons. He's going to get tagged though. He gets his kick away. Runs too far, says the umpire. Things are going YCW's way at the moment. Berenger will take the kick on the back flank. He kicks out wide, looking for Lane, who doesn't let him down. Good skills from Lane. Kicks, looking for Jones. Jones on the flank. He'll go long towards no. He's chipped in short. The ball stays in play. Holding the ball to the decision. And he'll take that down there. Ball comes out of the back line for Karingal. Frey goes up. Berenger keeps the ball in. No, he has not. The umpire said that's out of bounds and he'll throw it in. Ruck Jules. Bruin winning that one to Lane. Good combination that. but there's a mark to Caddy. He kicks out of the back line looking for Walton. Walton in front, can't mark. Berenger again, he's in everything at the moment. Gets it out to Long. Long goes high and long. Great mark there to Leonard, and he cops a bit of attention from the Karingal backman. Swings around onto his left foot. Drives into full forward, but it's all Karingal, no. Heavy clash there. Ball comes out of the pack to Delaney. Delaney over the top to McCormick, another one. YCW are running away with this at the moment. 6-1-37 to Karingal, no score.
And you're watching the MPNFL finals on MPTV.
Players like Leonard, McCormick, Berenger, they're creating plenty of opportunities along that centre, half-forward line, and still keeping the forward line open, giving Goonan an opportunity, Jones an opportunity, and really running the Karingal players around.
Speaking of Jones, he's come off the ground, and Labozzetta, the new inclusion to the side's come on, wearing Harry Bonnewell's number. Of course, Bonnewell's out with a knee injury. Don't know what's wrong with Jones because he was playing quite well, must be injured.
Seems to be hobbling a little bit.
Up in the ruck again. Noah wins a clear tap there. Ball comes out. Free kick to YC. Play on. Bartling goes out. Kicked out of the back line for YCW, looking for McCormick, who's played well up till now. He's kicked a couple of goals. To Frey. Frey can't keep it in. A heavy clash on the boundary line. Both those players are pretty fiery players, Frey and McCormick. Umpire throws in. Ball comes out. Can't get the ball out. McCormick hits the ball long. Comes to Lane. Lane tagged. He'll get the free kick. He always does. Lane will be looking for Goonan. There's a lead from Goonan. Kicks up towards him. Comes out the back. Davison. Goal. YCW are running away with this game at the moment. 7-1-43 to no score. Karingal really need a goal here, Russell.
It's becoming a procession. They're getting it out of the centre, bringing it across predominantly to the scoreboard side of the ground, then driving it back into the forward line, across that centre forward line, and there's players ready to swoop on the ball if the ruckman can't pick it up, or Goonan in the key position. Karingal must get the ball out of the centre to have any chance and show some pride in this first quarter.
They need a couple of goals here, I think, to steady themselves down. Perhaps a bit nervous. Ball goes forward. Woods grabs it for YCW. To LaFontaine, he kicks the ball forward. Labozzetta gets his first kick since coming on the ground, a left footer up towards Goonan. Ball spills clear. Won't go YCW's way this time. Karingal run it out of the back line. Umpire will bounce that. No, he's picked out a free kick and he's given it to YCW. Sensational stuff here. Who's that getting up off the ground? It's big Paul Goonan, is it?
I think it's Goonan.
Who kicked from about 15 or 20 metres out directly in front. And bad to say this sort of thing, but at this stage, if it's another goal, it's going to be quite tough for Karingal to get back in this game. Goonan shoots it towards goal. Poor kick off the side of the boot. Karingal in front, all Karingal there. They run down the back line. Kicking out towards Lowe. Lowe should go to the top to Hickman. He doesn't. He goes inboard to
Thomas.
Thomas wide, looking for Walton. Berenger. Touch play on, says the umpire. Berenger fights on. Walton tries to push the ball through. Does well, holding the man. Could this be the start of it for Karingal?
Walton has to do a lot more across that half-forward line.
His kick's long. He's looking for Bedford. Bedford breaks clear. Somehow the ball came to him through the pack. Over to Kine. Kine goes long, but Bromley's in the way. Bromley gets met heavily over the boundary line. The umpire will ball it in Karingal's forward pocket for one of the few times this quarter.
Plenty of experienced defenders on that YCW back line. Kento taking Walton out of the game. Bromley's serving well down there. It's going to be hard to break through that defence.
Ball back into play. Over the top was Henderson. Ball comes out of the back line looking for Lane. He's in front as always. He's run. He could get tagged here. Gets rid of it. Goes to Long. Long doesn't know what to do. He kicks Long with the left foot torpedo. But in the way is the Karingal back line. Hickman dives in on the ball. No one can get it clear. Umpire letting it go to Thomas. Free kick, picks one out there. And that'll go to Delaney. Brendan Delaney. Goal sneak. Kicks the ball forward. Karingal there, caddy. Darren Wiedering it is. Darren Wiedering kicked the ball out. McCormick running onto it now. He's got a paddy. Good shepherding there from Theobold. McCormick's got 10 yards. Kicks the ball long, looking forward, but not finding anyone. He's kicked it straight to Karingal. Karingal going across the face. This is dangerous stuff. They've gone backwards, but it's come off. Running the ball out of the back line now. They look for Holzer. Holzer takes the grab. Runs around on his right foot, kicking, but McCormick in the way. They've got no purpose at the moment, Karingal. Delaney over the top, punches the ball forward. Coming out of the back line is Caddy to Lane. Lane again. He'll sell a dummy. No, he kicks long. Simon's in the way for Karingal. Runs out of the back line. He needs to follow. Up towards Henderson. Henderson held. No free kick though. LaFontaine drops it, they say. Bruin. Hura. Walton now for Karingal. Dives in it. Ball it up, says the umpire.
It's about time Karingal started showing a bit of desperation. They just haven't been first to the ball yet, and they've really got to show a lot more in this game yet.
They've paid for it. Bruin and Thomas. Thomas wins that one, but only to Lane. Ooh, Henderson meets Lane very heavily. Cops quite a bit of attention, Joey Lane. He's a good footballer, I suppose, that's why. Bruin and Thomas do battle again. Bruin that time to Lane, great tap to Frey. McCormick runs onto the ball for his umpteenth kick in this quarter. And Theobold, he can't get through all of them though. Simon's in the back line, he's dropped back, he's playing the centre, goes to Kine. Kine the rover, kicks long with his left foot, looking for Walton. Walton should mark this, holds it, good mark. He handballs out to Deaton. Deaton's looking to fire his side. Looks for Bedford on the lead. No, he can't hold it, but he's got paid the free kick against Epstein for holding the man.
A goal there could really lift the Karingal side. They need to pull something out of it, and I think Bedford probably about 40 metres out, 45-degree angle, and would be a fair chance to kick this.
He kicked quite a few goals this season, and doesn't matter how hard they are, he can normally slot them through. A really important goal here for Karingal. On his left foot. Kicks towards goal, it's there. Karingal on the board. One goal straight, but trailing by 6 goals won, because YCW was 7-1-43. Geez, I needed that.
And you're watching MPTV Sport, and we'll be back right after this break.
We are.
Sorry, just get that.
That's certainly going to lift the Karingal side, but one goal is not going to be enough to keep them into this game. They've really got to fight back in the latter stages of this quarter.
Well, they've got 10 minutes to do it now, and if they can kick a couple, they'll be back into the game. Mick Deaton will get back into them. Ball goes up in the centre again. Kicked out of the centre by YCW. And back by Karingal towards centre forward. Walton, 1-on-3. Kenter marks. Good mark from John Kenter, ex-VFA champ.
It's the experience and the strength showing out there.
For sure. He goes, ooh, not too much experience there to Bromley, who missed the ball. He's comes back up though, he's kicked out in the full, I think. No, it stayed in play. Jones back on the ground, can't hold the mark. Ball thrown in, centre wing, front of the commentary position. Thomas and Bruin, straight to McCormick. Bruin's winning the taps and McCormick and Lane are doing the job from there. Gets the ball out to Davison, he'll go onto his left foot, he'll kick long. Looking for Goonan. Ball spills out. Karingal get the ball out of the back line. Kick off the ground from Caddy. Over towards the bound line. Davison can keep it in. He does. Kicks long. Good mark there though in the back line. Who's that down?
Murray Hodgson.
Murray Hodgson. The fullback. Playing on Goonan today. He goes short. Looking for low. He keeps the ball in. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. Over to Hickman. He'll go onto his left foot. Kicks long. Looking for Holzer. He's in the van here for Karingal. He picks the ball up really well. Kicks out wide, looking for Walton, who's a bit slow, but he's picked it up now. Gets around well, onto his left foot. Kicks, looking for Smith, who's up the forward line. He can't keep the ball in, but he might get a free kick. No, yes he has. He's picked up a free kick on the flank. Karingal starting to get moving now. They'll be looking for Bedford. Bedford trying to make his lead. He's gone now. It's gone out in front of him. Props. Great mark in front, Bedford.
It's the sort of player that's going to lift Karingal. If they can get it down to Bedford, he's a fair chance of taking a grab. He always gets in front. Doesn't worry about coming from behind for the big grab. He plays in front, and if he doesn't get a grab, there's always a chance he's going to get a free kick.
Karingal President Gary Holzer before the game said that he was probably the key to the Karingal game. If he can kick goals, they're always in with a show. Lining up for his second now. Onto his left foot. Makes no mistake. Karingal back in this game. 2 goals straight to YCW 7-1-43.
And you're watching the MPNFL finals on MPTV.
That's Bedford's second goal, and he's obviously going to steady down the Karingal players. A few, I think, are overawed by the early stage of this game. They've settled down a bit now. They've got a couple of goals on the board, and I think that they have sort of set themselves a task now by getting so far behind, but with a bit of confidence they can get up.
Ball back in the centre now. Bruin and Thomas. Thomas wins that one. Can Karingal get out of the centre? No. Long runs onto the ball. Play on, says the umpire. Pack forms, he'll ball it up. Ground's in great nick. There's only a few patches. That's one of them over there that's a bit muddy, or it was muddy. It's dried up now though. Perfect condition for football here at Frankston. Ball's bounced. Thomas wins the knock. Straight to Kenter though. Lane at the bottom of the pack as usual. Gets a kick. Lane will kick from centre half back for YCW. Umpire calling him back on the mark. Goes out wide to Hura. Hura knocked out last week. He's come up well though this week. Kicks long. Who's in there? Jones. Ball on the boundary line. Berenger, Holzer, Frey. They let it run out.
It's interesting to note that Simon's dropped back towards the back line onto Leonard to try and quieten him down, which he has done over the last 10 minutes. But possibly has taken some effectiveness out of the Karingal side.
For sure. Deaton gets a push in the back. He needs to lift. If he can lift, the side will go better. Kicks looking for Walton. Walton can't hold the mark. Keeps the ball in. No, he doesn't. Umpire says that's out of bounds. Kenner's doing a great job on Walton at the moment. He can't get clear. He can't take his grabs. Kenter and Walton will contest this ruck duel. Holding, no free kick. Kicked off the ground by Hura towards the centre. Murchie runs onto the ball. Kicks with his left foot. Finds Henderson. Holzer running down the flank. He's an option. Doesn't go that way. Where's Bedford? Kicks out towards Bedford. He's got it in front of him, but Epstein runs onto it. Ball bouncing everywhere. Epstein's got a few yards. Out to Bromley. Bromley kicks long. Finds Hura. No, he doesn't. Over the back to Theobold. Breaks the tackle. Kicks long to the wing. Jones in front. Caddy fighting hard. Play on, says the umpire. Theobold follows his kick up, runs onto it. Free kick now to Caddy, and the Karingal crowd likes it. He'll kick from centre half back for the K's.
Glenn Davies warming up to come on.
Wonder who'll be coming off for Karingal. We'll wait and see. Over the top, a fist from Hura. Running through. Karingal, but Kenner kicks the ball out in his left foot. Straight to Smith, who's up in the forward line. No one home for Karingal. Berenger runs on it. He'll have 10 yards. What'll he do? He can't pick the ball up. Does now. Gets it out. Pack forms, umpire ball that up. No, free kick. He's picked one out to Karingal. Could be a chance for their third goal. Who's got the ball?
YCW seemed to take it a bit easy on that half-back line there. Really no urgency to get the ball out, and Karingal kept on pressuring and come out with a free kick.
Is that Kine on his left foot? Yes, it is, I think. Kicks for goal. Kick looks good. It's there. Karingal's third goal. They're firing up. Score here. 7-1-43 YCW to 3 goals straight. 18 points Karingal.
And you're watching MPTV Sport.
Karingal's showing a bit more purpose now. Whether YCW are satisfied with what they did in the early part of the quarter and now relaxing, they could be footing away that good lead that they did earn.
Who kicked that goal? I don't think it was Kine. Anyway, ball goes up. Bruin and Thomas. Comes out. New man on the ground, Davies. First kick, goes long. Looking for Bartling. He can't get the ball. Siren goes to end the quarter. YCW, 4 goals, 1 up. 25 points up at the moment, and looking good, Russell.
Yeah, very good quarter for YCW, but perhaps
behind you? Is it centre half back?
Centre half forward.
Centre half forward, yeah.
Kendra centre half back on Walton.
Yeah.
Simons went to the...
Is it full-back Ebbett? Ebbett at full-back?
No, Simons on Leonard. Ball bounce down for the start of the second quarter. Bruin wins a knockout. Kind breaks away, drives onto his right foot into the forward line. Bartling knocks it out. Walton runs over the top of the ball. Knocked out by YCW. Stacks on the mill and umpire Nan Curvis will have a bounce. Kenter gets a knockout. Deaton. Once again, a ball up. Kenter and Walton to do battle again. Walton takes it out of the air. And Bromley in front. Onto the right foot, onto the half-forward line. Lane breaks away. Tries it around the half-forward line. Frayed gets a knock away. Caddy handballs over to the wing. And the ball's out of bounds. Thomas and Bruin do battle. Bruin again gets knocked out. Pretty scrambly, a free kick paid for holding. Looks like Groves. Onto the left foot. Out to Walton. Walton needs to start taking some marks. He's onto the right foot, drives into the half-forward line. Bedford gave a little nudge out to the YCW player, but umpire Nan Curvis didn't pick it up.
Bit lucky, I think, Russell.
Bedford's got to be playing in front. If he is, Karingal have got a big chance.
He had a long look at the umpire there, and the umpire said, yes, OK, Robbie, as he comes in, puts it onto the boot. Nice looking left footer. It's coming around nicely, and that's a goal to Karingal. 4 goals straight now, 24 Karingal, trailing YCW, who got the break, but they're now stuck on 7 goals, 143.
And you're watching MPTV Sport.
Bedford's going to be a vital part in this game. He's been playing in front apart from that occasion, but he gets in front, uses his body to perfection, and the Epstein at full-back's going to have his hands full today.
Back to the centre of the ground, and it's umpire Lundy putting it down. Bruin doing a great job up there against Thomas. Thomas this time gets the tap, but here's McCormick. Handballing out wide. Hickman and Theobold. Theobold does best. Throws it onto the boot, down towards half forward. Long coming in. No one can collect it. Chance here at the back as the handball comes out wide there from Leonard. Chance now for Davison. Kicks down towards half forward. And now Joey Lane running onto the ball. Puts it onto his boot. Looks all right, but just fades away to the left. Through for behind, and it's only YCW's second behind. They've been kicking straight. 7-2-44.
It's going to be a danger man, Lane. He's got to be kept under control if Karingal have got to keep him quiet.
Good mark out there. Good Karingal mark. We'll just pick him up in a minute. No, he won't. He's kicked out wide again. Looks like Karingal on the march again as the kick comes in towards Kind. Kind out wide again. They're going a long way. Good shepherd there by Scotty Frey. But the umpire's found a free kick. The shepherd was a bit too vigorous, says umpire Nan Curvis. Free kick going out there to YCW centre wing grandstand side. Little chip kick comes down there towards LaFontaine. He goes deep into the forward line, over the back of the pack towards Long. Long, can he collect it? Handballs it back to his brother, runs around. I think he's missed. Golden opportunity wasted there. That was Brendan Long having that snapshot. And YCW now starting to kick a few behinds.
Karingal backman trying to apply a lot more pressure now. Simons kicks out to the scoreboard side. Thomas flies high, can't grab it. Long breaks away, but Simons again in front.
Interesting to see him playing down at full back. Russell, he played up in the centre. Ruck roving and across half back in the preliminary final or second semi-final and did very well.
It's a step that Karingal have had to take backwards, I think, in playing him in the defence. He's a great player in defence, but he can give them a lot of drive from the middle.
As we see a bounce now on Pioneer and Curvis. 55 metres away from the YCW goal. Bruin, what a great makeshift ruckman he's been. Lane playing for the free kick, but finally gets his boot to the ball. Down towards the forward pocket. Coming in there is Deaton, Nick Deaton, the captain coach. He applies the switch out towards Scotty Frey, out in front of him. Shows a bit of toe too, Frey. Gets it onto the boot, and Karingal clears towards the wing. Wide open spaces out there. The first one there is going to be Dean Holzer, tapping it around the boundary line. Well played, son. Chance for Bartling. Bartling's clear. Down towards full forward. Over the back of the pack, here's a chance. And that's a goal to Karingal.
Great play by the Karingal side. Bartling put the ball in long. It's over Bedford's head, but he kept both Bromley and Epstein out. And that was...
Just trying to pick it up myself, Russell, the player who kicked the goal. Was it Henderson?
I think it was Henderson, yes.
And you're watching the MPNFL Grand Finals on MPTV.
Back in the centre, 7-3, plays 5 goals, and Karingal right back into this match. Thomas again, but there's McCormick. Throws it onto the left boot. Chance for Hickman. Takes a slips catch and puts it straight onto the boot, and there's Walton at centre half forward, and Karingal really starting to run here. Out wide again towards Lowe. Lowe under the boot. Chance in there. This looks like Bartling again. The long locks. He's claimed though. In they go in after it, and the umpire's got... No, he's found a free kick. That's umpire man Curvis. He can always find a free kick in those packs, and he pays it to Ebbett.
Woods, that was, Mick.
Chance now for Karingal again, 2-on-1. The pass comes in, here's a chance for, looks like Deaton.
Deaton in front.
The long arms of Mick Deaton.
He's a very experienced player, Mick Deaton. Previously coached Seaford after many years with the Morty Alec Club in the VFA. And his experience has been terrific for some of these young Karingal players.
And a very, very long pair of arms, Russell. As he puts it on the boot, looks pretty good from here, and look at Karingal. They run over to congratulate the captain coach. It's now 6 goals straight, 36 Karingal, trailing YCW 7-3-45, and we've really got a game on our hands here.
And you're watching MPTV, and we'll be back after the break.
Yeah, good, great.
The initial sting that YCW applied seems to have slipped away, Mick. I think the Karingal fellas have woken up, and the pressure has been shaken off, and they're ready to fire.
Well, young legs, Russell, and it's hard going out there, I can tell you, having played in the reserves game. And a few of these young legs they might show towards the end of the game as Karingal coming back into attack, but the man there looks like Woods, takes a safe mark, goes out wide, there's a man loose out there, and off they go, it's Davison. Handballs on towards Berenger. Berenger playing on the wing today. Puts in a little stab kick. Almost cut off there by Deaton. Through comes the Karingal defence. Could have been a free kick, but the umpire says play on, and it's YCW through Jones. Towards full forward. Mark almost taken down there by the big Goonan. In they go. Lane playing for the free kick. Umpire named Curvis says yes. Joey, that's yours. Only 25 metres from goal. A slight angle.
Always gets a good response from the umpires, Joey Lane.
Such a good response, in fact, that he is actually a past winner of the league best and fairest.
But to his credit, he always plays in front, and while in front, he gives himself every opportunity.
Lane comes in, hooks it a little bit, but I think it's through. It's a goal, and that's one that YCW really needed as they move on to 8 goals, 3-51, and boy, they're quick on that scoreboard over there. Leading Karingal 6 goals straight, 36.
And you're watching MPTV Sport.
YCW needed that goal to settle things down. Karingal had shown the ascendancy in the latter part of the first quarter, and had just started off well in the first 5-6 minutes of this quarter. They needed that to sort of get themselves back into it. But they're leading, and Bruin and Thomas having a good duel so far. Probably Bruin having the extent of the best part of that duel. Thomas knocks out, McCormick picks that up, brings it out to the wing where Woods takes the mark.
Looks like
He
Woods
plays
is,
on.
Woods is playing up the ground now. He started in the back pocket. Looks like he's got a job up on a flank or on the wing. LaFontaine, here's a chance for McCormick, the speedster. Now they're clear. Out there, this is Delaney. Delaney with a paddock in front of him. Kicks long to long. Karingal running it out of defence again though. Back towards centre wing, and there's a man loose out there. It's a little bit hard to pick up the numbers from this distance.
I think it was Henderson.
No, the umpire's paid it the other way. This is McCormick again. McCormick, long towards Jones in front. Ball goes over the top of the pack. In they go after it. Oh, a bit of heavy stuff in there. Oh, a chance on the ground for Davison, as easy as you like, straight through the centre, and the skipper kicks YCW's 9th goal. 9 goals, 3, 57. And I've beaten the scoreboard this time, leading Karingal 6 goals straight, 36.
You're watching the MPNFL Grand Final on MPTV.
That's where Davidson's experience showed out there. He stayed just out of the pack,
Didn't panic at all when he got the ball, just had a look.
snapped quickly, and another goal on the board. Plenty of football left in this game yet. Both sides are renowned for their running game, not so much the physical strength, and been very few physical clashes shown yet. It's been a good clean game, and at this stage YCW have the ascendancy. Umpire Nan Curvis in control. Thomas and Bruin to do battle. Ball's bounced down. Bruin gets a knock, but knocks it straight into Thomas. Deaton gets it out. And Deaton back again. Goes on his left foot, puts it in to the forward line. Bromley overruns it. Bedford knocks on wisely, and that's Paul Groves.
Clever play by Rob Bedford. He's proving a real handful down there for Epstein.
Very unselfish play, knocking it out to Groves. Deaton did well to take the ball out of the middle and drive it in there quickly. And I think that that was one they needed to, as well, to settle themselves. Do you think that Epstein's the man to stay on Bedford?
Well, Epstein's a great tagger. I know he's played some magnificent games on Jeff Kuchel in the past. But perhaps a change might be in order here. There's plenty of options in the big men in this YC side. As we see, trying to go through Guy Hura. Finally, Davison gets clear. Kicks down towards the forward line. A big fly now. A chance here for, this looks like
Leonard.
Marcus Leonard. Little chip kick. Oh, and a little push out there from Goonan. The umpire says play on. Caddy fumbles. Ball goes to ground. They pile on top of it. Another bounce. Well, Goonan got a big shove out there from the fullback is that Hodgson down there.
Yes, Hodgson just gave him a bit of a nudge, but couldn't break away with the ball. And now we have a ball up 10 metres outside the square. Knocked out by Caddy. Soon Stacks on the mill again, and umpire Lundy can't find a free kick there. Goonan and Caddy to contest the ruck. Caddy.
Oh, gee. Some of these free kicks out of the ruck, Russell, I don't know, especially 25 metres from goal.
Certainly attacking the ball, and a bit controversial that decision. But and Goonan pretty reliable in front of goals. Goonan only 20 metres out from goal, just on a very, very slight angle.
Well, it didn't look very convincing, but it's a goal, all right.
Umpire Simmons says yes it is.
And I can see up on the scoreboard there, I don't know if we get a shot of that little scoreboard.
Curvis in control. Thomas and Bruin again. Thomas gets a good knock down. Deaton handballs out. Kicks smothered. It's out to Hura. He's under pressure. He's over to Woods. Woods onto his right foot into the centre. And Marcus Leonard again playing very well. He's off. Takes a bounce. Drives out at the half forward line. And Goonan. No, it's not Goonan.
Long.
It moved well out there. He's now looking for Goonan. He's got the break, but Frey's in front.
Delaney. Delaney goal, or was it Marcus Leonard again? It was. That must be goal number 4.
Goal number 4 to Marcus Leonard. He's been very, very dangerous down there. Chris Simons, unusual for him, made a very bad mistake by overrunning the ball out in that forward pocket and left it open for the YCW players to get it.
11-3, 69 YCW, leading Karingal still 7 goals straight, 42. This is umpire John Lundy to restart proceedings. Thomas and Bruin. Thomas again gets that little tap forward. Pretty predictable there because there's McCormick again sharking it. In they go after it. The umpire's whistle blows. He says, no one could get the ball out and I'm going to have a bounce.
Thomas is starting to take a bit of the game away from Bruin. But no, Bruin gets that knockout. Out to Theobold, can't break away. Davies, he gets onto his right boot, puts it on out towards the half-forward line. Walton in the band, but he misses out. Taken away by Woods out to Davison. Davison on the long left footer into the half-forward line. Simon set himself at the back and takes a great grab.
Well, that's what he's got to do a lot more of. He's got a great pair of hands and he's been a little bit quiet in this game after his top performance in the second semi, and he's kicked it straight to the centreman, Paul Davison, and Davison will try again. It's almost kicked a kick at the moment. Davison, that raking left footer, up goes Lane, spectacular, but he didn't get near the ball. Theobold this time. Kicks it in towards half forward, but it's all Karingal there.
I think that's young Wootering with the ball.
It's the under-17s captain, Darren Wootering. Goes for the torpedo punt towards centre wing. Up they go, a chance for Hickman, he's been quiet. Can't pick it up. Backup players develops, the ball was held to him, says umpire named Curvis. We've got a bounce out here in front of the commentary position, out of wing. Bruin, Thomas, gets it down towards Kind. Kind's ineffective kick. Now a chance out here again for Thomas. Thomas kicks towards half forward. It's all YCW down there. They back up very well. Out towards LaFontaine. Gets one in the back. Play on, says the umpire. Bruin comes through. Holding the ball, says the crowd. As Glenn Davies kicks into a nest of YCW players.
Karingal half forward's non-existent.
Guy Hura takes the mark. Kicks out wide towards Leonard. He's on fire. Simons is on him now. Through comes LaFontaine. Handballs it over. This looks like long. Another little handball. Well smothered out there. Theobold was well clear. A chance again for YCW. Gee, they move the ball well out of the packs. A balk. Now a centering kick. Karingal once again up to the occasion as the ball's kicked out wide towards Jason Lowe. He's got a paddock in front of him. Dummies the handball. Kicks towards, looks like Murchie out there. Bartling it is, in fact. There's 3 YCW defenders again, and the ball's knocked out of bounds.
And you're watching the MPNFL Grand Final on MPTV.
It's a throw in on the right half forward line, just out from the Karingal goal. Kenta does battle with Walton. Woods gets knocked down, and umpire Nankervis says that he didn't dispose of the ball properly. Lowe takes the ball, plays on, gets it in across to Bedford. He can't take it on the mark, but he's still got the ball trapped in front. Now it's Epstein takes the ball away, tries it in, and Hickman can't take the mark effectively. Theobold knocks the ball from underneath him. And umpire Nankervis rushes in and says, I'll have a bounce down. Bruin gets knocked down, Theobold. He'll go onto his right foot, into the half forward line. Caddy can't take a mark, the ball drops to Leonard, he can't get it. And that's young Wootering again. He's Long, looking for his brother and finds him. It's Matt Long. He's about 40 metres out, about a 35-40 degree angle, lines up for goal. Umpire Lundy's found a push. And looks like Brett Caddy to take it in the last line of defence.
Caddy looking for someone loose. There's no movement out there. Now there's movement coming from Thomas. It's not going to get that far. Going high looked like Holzer out there. And Dean Holzer took a strong mark. Plays it down the wing. Looking for Kind. Kind, the big leap. Sport from behind. Now a chance for McCormick. Shouldn't have bounced it, son. Dropping the ball. In fact, it was Leonard. They look a bit alike from this distance. Now the switch is on again. But Woods is in the van. Play on. He copped one as he went down. But now a chance for Karingal. This is Groves. In towards half forward. Bartling's there. Oh, good tackle. Yes. Good tackle.
Curvis rewarded the good tackle and he's called play on for Bartling. Bartling's put it in, looking for Bedford. Bedford's held. Umpire Curvis has played it that way. Bedford's continuing to get in front, giving himself every opportunity, and now will be lining up for his 4th goal. And he's only about 20 metres out, pretty well straight in front. And this will be the 8th goal for the Karingal side at the 18-minute mark. Umpire doesn't move, and that's a goal to Rob Bedford.
And you're watching MPTV Sport.
You just kept going.
Yeah, we're not really going to, we're going to go to a break there. We're not really going to come back until it counts.
Yeah,
So,
right there. I'll give the score when we come back, because we didn't give the score. Jeez, it's a battle.
So from
8 goals straight, 48 Karingal, hanging in there against YCW, 11 goals, 360. The ball comes down towards Walton, not sure if he should go for it. Woods takes it, switches. YCW very good at this. And the mark's taken safely out there by Berenger. Handballs it straight off. LaFontaine, down towards centre wing, coming out against Long, and I'm not going to tell you which one it is because I don't know. Holding the ball, says the umpire, as Bruin goes in. They pile in after him, and the free kick for the man going the ball, Jimmy Bruin. Centre wing, played many a great game on this Frankston Oval, has Jimmy Bruin. He kicks towards half forward, 2-on-1 back there, almost a Karingal mark. YCW's got the runners on the ground. In there goes Leonard, gets a shove in the back, or at least he pretended to. In comes Simons again, overruns the ball, but sees it safely out of bounds, about 25 metres around from the YCW goal. They're leading by,
playing for a few free kicks there, I think, Mick.
yes, they're leading by 21 points, as Deaton, also playing for a free kick. Get rid of it, son. The umpire says it was held to him. He made an attempt. There'll be a bounce right on the 50-metre line. YCW in attack. Bruin can't get there, so Thomas does the work. To Theobold. Theobold claimed high, says umpire Nankervis. And Paul Theobold had a quiet quarter. Chipped in towards half forward, a lovely pass. And coming out to take the mark is Brian Jones.
Been pretty quiet so far in the game today. He's early on he sort of created position well, but couldn't take a grab.
Brett Caddy, I think, getting him a bit on top there, but then again, the ball hasn't been in the area much in this quarter.
So just inside 50, directly in front. Puts it on its way, it's offline. It's like a mark to YCW, just in front of the point post, and who's it going to be paid to?
Have a stab and say one of the longs, Russell.
It's always a fair guess.
It's
Yes.
a 3-1 chance on that YCW forward line. Oh, he's kicked it too. A great goal from the angle. And YCW now moved to 12 goals 3, and their scoreboard has preempted us again. It's 12 goals 3, 75, leading Karingal 8 goals straight, 48. And we'll just pick up that goal kicker as he comes back to the centre.
Wasn't much daylight for him to see.
Certainly wasn't. Well, I think we'll have to put that down to one of the longs because I've lost him, Russell. But a good mark down there behind the pack.
It's a Big crowd here for this game. Beautiful conditions for the game to be played in. Ground's dried out during the day, and great football should be played.
Bruin, a little flip over the back towards Theobold. Doesn't go in too hard. Now is a chance. And now is a chance for Hickman. David Hickman on his wrong foot. No right foot there. Gets a handball away towards Bartling. Kicks in towards half forward. There's Woods. Ball beats him, but Kent is up to the task. In towards the centre of the ground, and a good Karingal mark out there, taken by, it looks like, Holzer. Straight onto the boot, towards half forward. And this is Kind. Kind chipping in. Kick doesn't make the distance at Deaton, I think it was, playing for the free kick and getting one. When the captain coach calls you for the ball in the forward line, you do make the attempt to put the pass in. Wasn't quite there, but Deaton getting claimed from behind and taking a free kick.
He's leading by example, Mick. He's getting in front of the pack. He's giving himself every opportunity to get the ball, and he's using his experience to advantage. Lining up. Puts in a long torpedo. It's offline. There's Karingal players down there. Gets knocked out to Bedford. Bedford has a snap, but it's offline this occasion, and a 1 point result. That's the first point on the board for Karingal's side. They've kicked 8-1. YCW leading though, 12 goals, 3. Ball comes out at the scoreboard side, and that's
Lawlor. Lawlor on the ground for YC. In towards McCormick. He's having a good duel out there with, looks like Holzer as a push in the back, a blatant push in the back. This is Rodney Kind, and he's got 50 metres.
Don't really know that was warranted, Mick, but the umpires in this final series have been fairly free and willing to pay the 50-metre penalty, so the players have got to wake up to this early in the game and get off the player, let him get up and get his kick.
Having received one myself in the reserves game, Russell, I'm quite happy about that.
Well, it's good to hear that you did get a kick. And that's another goal at Karingal. All right, once again, the scoreboard has moved to 9-1, 55. So still trailing YCW 12-3, 75.
And you're watching the MPNFL Grand Final on MPTV.
Back into the centre, and it's Thomas leaping high, but Bruin times his jump better. Down towards lane. Karingal claim him very quickly, and there'll be a secondary bounce, as they'd say on 3LO. Then Curvis puts it down, and up they go. This time it's Thomas. Karingal trying to clear it from the pack in the centre of the ground, and there's going to be a third bounce.
Both these sides desperate. It's the 26-minute mark of the second quarter. Ball goes down. Bruin uncontested, gets a knockout, but Deaton, he's scouting well, throws on his left foot. Looking for Walton out there. He's being chased by Kenter. Neither player can get it. Karingal's on the march again, over to Henderson. Henderson, short kick in. Bedford in front, he can't take possession. But the umpire said that Epstein's got into Bedford's back, and again, for playing in front, he's been rewarded with a free kick.
I'm just looking behind play there, Russell. It's Sean LaFontaine, the YCW half-back flanker, in a bit of trouble. Over there on the back flank, I didn't see what happened. There didn't seem to be much in that pack of players over there, but he went down and hasn't got up yet. As Bedford
lining up for his 5th goal, left footer. Umpire moves a bit, but not enough. He says it's a goal. That's the 5th goal to Rob Bedford. He's giving Karingal every opportunity when the ball gets down there. Maybe some of the kicks he's getting are a bit touchy, but he's earning them by staying in front. And at the 27-minute mark of the second quarter, Karingal 10-1, 61, trailing Frankston YCW 12-3, 75.
LaFontaine back on his feet, and Karingal certainly back on their feet. Only 14 points of difference, deep into time on in this second term. as a chance comes out now for Hickman. David Hickman on his wrong boot. This time he uses it. Little chip kick. Goes again. Overrunning the ball. Coming through strongly there was Lawlor. He's done all right since he's come on, the young fella. And the ball's out of bounds. Lawlor playing in the back pocket. The ball comes back into play. Bruin in front as usual. Hickman trying to get clear. Gets a little kick away, but it's going out of bounds on the full.
It's low, kicking the ball out in the full. Looks like LaFontaine to take the kick. Jones, he knocks out. Deaton against Gat in the pack over to Kine. Kine handballs onto Frey. Boots down looking for Bedford. He's behind this time. YCW takes it away. Lane gets a bad bounce. Bartling. Handballs over. Comes back out to Lowe. Lowe will go onto his right boot. Ball comes off the top of the pack and goes through. Seems a bit of a dust up in the goal square.
Well, Walton was looking for a little bit of pace there, Jeffrey, in that goal square. If he could have just got his boot to the ball, it would have been a goal. Let's see the umpire coming out to have a word to a couple of players, but nothing in that. And in fact, there's been no spite in the game whatsoever.
Comes a short chip out to Woods in the pocket. He plays into the centre half back position. Gets a knock after he's kicked it, or as he's kicked it, but now with it played on, McCormick, he drives it across to the grandstand wing. Frey was in position but overran the ball. Caddy got a bad bounce. Berenger and Frey do battle. And that's the siren for the half-time break in a very entertaining Division 2 grand final. And at half-time, Frankston YCW
Mornington Peninsula Second Division Grand Final, YCW and Karingal. The bounce to start the third term, and Thomas, who's getting on top of Bruin in the ruck, gets the tap down. But it's pulled out there by YCW, and Epstein playing up the ground. The kick comes down now into the Karingal forward line. In they go after it. Stacks on the mill. No free kicks. Umpire and curvers to bounce. 45 metres away from the Karingal goal.
Who's picked up Rob Bedford, Nick? Looks like Guy Hura, I think.
Yes, you're right. Guy Hura is back there at full back. And he's certainly been the danger man. 5 goals out of 10. And what a magnificent display of kicking by both of these sides so far. 10-2 to 12-3 at half-time. That's 27 shots at goal for 22 goals. As the tap comes out towards Deaton, he's got a yard, but he can't collect the ball. Now the YCW defence claims him. Looks like Woods kicking wide. The switch is on again. Going up strongly was Berenger. Couldn't quite hold the mark. Now a chance there for Dean Holzer. Holzer, he's gone wide. Who's out that way? Backing back into it there. Looked like Davies. Couldn't hold the mark. Stacks on the mill again. This time it's cleared out. Good punch comes towards Hickman, but getting there first looked like Davison. In they go on top of it again. Chance for Bartling. Handball across. Now Karingal with a chance. Down towards full forward, but there's too many YCW players there. And this looks like LaFontaine. Running straight off and kicking wide. Both these sides switch the ball well on a very clever mark down there. Looks like Lane in the short sleeves now. Kicks towards half forward. Going high was Caddy, but nowhere near the ball. Handball off. YCW through Davison. Didn't look too good on that right boot, but effective. Chris Simon standing strong at full back, playing for the 50, but it's not there. Simons, will he switch it? Playing safe. Kicking towards Deaton. Deaton outnumbered there, and the mark taken by Johnny Kenter. In fact, it's long. Under his left boot. Davison's made some space out in the pocket. The ball almost beat him out of bounds. Cleverly tapped back now Davison. Can he get clear? He can. Onto his left boot. It's not coming around though, and that's through for a behind. First blood for the third term to YCW, 12 goals, 4 now, 76. A 14-point lead over Karingal, 10-2, 62. Karingal fought back well from that early onslaught. They can't quite get enough momentum up to take the lead. It's Karingal now working it out of defence. Up towards Thomas. Got to hold those marks. Davison again a chance. Oh, winds through the pack. Puts it under the boot. Towards full forward. Goonan. Well held out. Now a chance for Simons. Taps it off the ground. Out there is Long again. Trying to get around onto his left boot. Puts it onto the right. And Chris Simons, going back in the back pocket, will clear for Karingal. Long drop punt. Up towards the centre of the ground looking for Murchie. It comes over the back. Now Karingal on the run. Hickman. Disposal's usually pretty good. Where's he gone this time? Out in front of Bartling. Bartling overruns it. They've all overrun it. Chance down there for Davies. Davies can't get near it though. Karingal again with a chance. Going to ground there was Hickman. Play on, said the umpire. Karingal. No, the umpire has pulled it up. Umpire Lundy. I think he's paid that free kick to Hickman.
Couple of changes of jumpers at half-time, Mick. The two rovers for Frankston YCW, Joey Lane has switched to number 33 from his normal number 18, and Paul Theobold has gone to number 3 where he normally wears number 14.
Well, that's very considerate of them, considering the number of commentators around the ground today with the radio and the television. But no doubt we'll pick those ones up. As up they go. Kent are doing the ruck work down there. In they go after it. McCormick at the bottom of that pack. The umpire calls for another bounce.
No addition to the score since the half-time break. We're nearly 5 minutes into this quarter. Ball's down. Walton gets a bit of a knockout, but the ball beats them all over towards the boundary line, just in front of the small scoreboard, in front of the screen stand.
And you're watching MPTV Sport.
In it comes this time. Grandstand flank. Chance out there now for Karingal. Good pick up on the run. Handball away by Bartling. Deaton, they're all over the top of him. Is it Deaton? It's not. It is a Karingal free kick. It could be Lowe. Jason Lowe has a long look and goes long. Walton behind. Good mark in front.
It's John Kenter once again showing his experience. He looks for the hand pass, goes out wide. Ball's moved down towards the wing position, and a mark taken there by
That looks like Leonard.
Leonard Marcusson. It goes onto his right foot, puts it into the half-forward area for YCW. At the back is Frey. He can't get the ball. A funny bounce. Comes out again. Turned around the pack by Delaney.
Magnificent play by Delaney. Punched the ball on when he couldn't take the mark, butted up himself and ran in and kicked the goal. Magnificent play, Delaney. He was a great player in the preliminary final and started this third quarter very well. 13 goals, 4 now. YCW, let's work that one out. The scoreboard's a little bit tardy. 13 goals, 4, 82. Leading Karingal 10-2, 62.
A very good goal for YCW. They needed to get that first blood to keep the momentum going. Karingal now must come back.
20 points of deficit as Thomas tries to get the tap away, but straight to his opposite number in Bruin. Bruin onto the boot, and the mark's taken out here for Dean Holzer, the wingman. Puts it high. Walton outnumbered again, 2-1, and it's another YCW defensive mark. Pick it up, it's Paul Epstein. Epstein chips it out wide. Looking out there for LaFontaine, but in front there was Mick Deaton, doing his best to lift Karingal. Deaton has a long Bedford on a long lead. Good kick out towards Bedford. He's in front. Goes up, but a good mark from behind. Well judged mark to YCW. They're standing up well in this first 10 minutes. This is Epstein again. Runs straight off. Onto the left boot. Looking for Bruin. Bruin's in front. Almost held a good mark, but now picked up by... That's Hickman, down towards full forward. Chance off the pack by Bedford. Just pushed off the kick and he's missed. Wide to the left.
Lawlor's knocked that ball directly down to Bedford, onto his left foot. It's his fancied left foot, but offline as he was pushed. Hura comes out, brings it out to the scoreboard side of the ground. Two YCW players spoil each other. It's Kind. Finds the coach Deaton in the forward flank.
Good play there by Paul Grove. He's been pretty busy on that forward line on the flank, and looks like Deaton's going to have a shot. He'll kick from just outside 50, running around, opening up the goal face, puts on the boot, nice looking kick, won't quite make the distance. Pack goes up in the goal square, Bartling goes to ground on top of it. The umpire says, no way fellas, I'm going to bounce this one. Up it goes, comes down towards Woods, he's claimed, and finally the ball seen safely through for a behind rushed. And Karingal now 10-4, 64, leading by a straight 3 goals. YCW 13-4. That should be 82. Is that 82, Russell? Back into play, and a chance now for Bedford in front. Comes to the front of the pack. Going through hard there was Groves. Out wide towards Bedford, onto the boot. I think he's kicked it. The crowd thinks he's kicked it, and he has.
It's a great goal to Bedford at vital time too. Ball was knocked out onto his left foot and snapped well. That's the 6th goal to Rob Bedford, being a vital player in this game. That's the 11th goal of the game for Karingal, and now at approximately 9 minutes into the third quarter, Karingal 11-4, trailing YCW 13-4.
Robert Bedford was the man who was reported in the second semi-final, and after being found guilty on a striking charge, received a suspended sentence of 2 weeks. So very fortunate for Karingal. As Mick Deaton, the captain coach, has got the ball slightly forward of centre. Karingal coming back into attack. They trail by 2 goals. 8 minutes gone in this third quarter. Deaton's taking his time. He's going to go long. Someone on a lead out there almost picked it up. A chance for YCW to run it out. Down towards centre wing. Deaton in front. Tried to take it with one hand, couldn't do so. Good tackle. Now is a chance for Karingal, but no, the umpire's paid a free kick, and I couldn't see that one. It's going YCW's way. Brian Jones it is. Going long and wide. Up there and taking a strong mark for YCW again. No, the umpire's not paid it. Yes, he has. This looks like, is that young Goonan out there in the shadows? Very hard to pick up in the shadows out there. He's about 55 metres out. He'll kick from 50. Puts it on the boot. This is going to land in the goal square. Up they go. It's a YCW mark. Must be paid. It is.
There was a man in front, Mick, and deserved to be given that mark. He said the two Karingal players coming from behind, both trying to mark rather than trying to punch from behind, and may have paid the penalty because of that.
Looks like the skipper, Paul Davison, was it?
I think it was that loping left footer.
He's made no mistake, and it's YCW now maintaining that 3-goal break, 14-4-88, leading Karingal 11-4-70, and this is very reminiscent of the reserves game when Karam held a 3-goal break virtually through the whole of the second half, as the sides went goal for goal.
That's Davidson's second goal for the game, and he's been a valuable player for the Stones. Ball put down by umpire Nan Curvis. Thomas and Bruin again. Bruin gets a tap out. It's a bit of scrambly around the middle of the ground, and umpire Lundy takes control, and he'll bounce down. Bartling over the back. Ball scrambled, it's knocked out. Henderson. And the ball beats Murchie over the boundary line. On the centre wing, scoreboard side. Ball's put forward. Caddy in front. He's overrun the ball. Jones has 2. It's a scramble. Ball's thrown out and the umpire's picked it up. Leonard.
Marcus Leonard, a very experienced player, but he might have been revisiting his childhood there. It's a lot of years since you've been able to get away with that one.
Very much the Kevin Bartlett
style.
yes.
Absolutely, and Chris Simons is the man with a free kick for Karingal.
And you're watching MPTV Sport.
Simons runs around easily. Jones only loping across on the mark, looking for Walton. Plenty of YCW players there, but the umpire found a free kick. It's going to Walton. It was about 6-on-1 there, but he found the free kick, and Walton will put Karingal into attack. Runs around on the mark and has a bounce. Now, goes long towards Bedford. Bedford using his body. The ball comes to the back, but sharked there. A good bounce for Lawlor. Lawlor puts it out wide. David Hickman, can he get there before the ball goes out of bounds? He can't. A very well judged kick by Lawlor, and it'll be thrown in the small scoreboard about 75, 80 metres around from Karingal's goal. Walton now doing battle with Bruin. Over the top comes Kenter and gets the punch away. Chance out there for Karingal. The ball coming back into attack. This looks like Davies. In towards Kenter. Touched. Play on, says the umpire. They're going after it, and it's a Karingal free kick. I think that must have been holding the ball. It's going to the coach, Mick Deaton.
Played a good game, Mick. He's been in everything. He's continued to run and put pressure on the YCW players. He drives the ball into the centre half forward area. There's a big leap from behind by Hura. And for some reason or another, it wasn't played against him, but a free kick to YCW. The ball comes out towards the wing. Murchie and McCormick still battling on it. McCormick's on the bottom of the pack. He can't quite tap it out. Over to Thomas. Drives it into the forward line and an easy mark to YCW. Brings it back out to the scoreboard wing, and young Dean Holzer takes a fine mark. He drives it in looking for Walton. No one can mark. Ball comes out. Hura. Out to Bruin. And the umpire's played it. He's called play on through Henderson. And
It's like Bedford limping down there.
that could be a dangerous sign for Karingal. They've played through him all day and he's done the job for them with 6 goals to date. Ball's kicked out to the scoreboard flank, grandstand flank, and knocked on and out of bounds.
Just getting some spray. It looks like just a knock to the calf. That won't be enough to put him out of a grand final, Russell. As the ball comes back into play, 65 metres around from the Karingal goal. Kender behind, Walton in front. Comes to ground, Lane pulled off his kick. Now a chance for Hickman. He's got a yard, but he's going to be claimed. Gets the handball away. Woods coming in strongly. Chance again for Hickman. Screws it round on his left boot towards full forward. Almost a good mark down there by Karingal. The ball's rushed through. 11 goals, 6 now. 72 Karingal. Still trailing by 3 goals. We're about 15 minutes into this third term.
Looks like Goonan off and Labozzetta on for YCW.
Kick comes in towards Bruin. Very nice little chip kick between 3 Karingal players as YCW runs it out. Looking for McCormick. Almost dragged the mark in. Bounced back into his arms and he safely gets a handball away towards Davison. Davison goes in strongly. Umpire Lundy calls for a bounce. Well tackled by Brett Caddy. Centre wing. Bruin gets a little tap. Falls for Davison. Davison trying to get clear. Oh, he held on to that for a while, I thought. Umpire named Curtis said he tried, and there'll be another bounce.
Good pressure by Mick Deaton again. He's consistently been at the bottom of the packs, working and tackling hard.
Thomas gets a tap. Out towards Deaton and Holzer. Holzer running onto it. Screws it back towards half forward. Woods in the van. I think the sunlight got into his eyes now. There's a chance for Epstein. Claimed. Good tackle. And the umpire's rewarded it. This is Henderson.
It's good to see the umpires rewarding good tackles like that. In fact, there has been some brilliant tackling in this game.
Goes long. It's going to go close. I think it's there. It is. So Karingal pulls back another goal. 12 goals, 5. 77 now. Still trailing YCW. 14 goals, 4. 88.
And you're watching the MPNFL Grand Final on MPTV, and we're going to take a break.
Good.
Back in the centre now. 16-minute mark of the third quarter. Bruin gets a knockdown. Out to Holzer, he can't claim it. Davison onto the left foot. Looking out there for Theobold. He's captured it, keeps knocking it on. And umpire Lundy says that he had disposed of it and was held. Ball being brought back. We're on the grandstand side half forward flank. And YCW kicking to the bay end. Ball's knocked down. It's Frey in there. He knocks the ball up. Out to Long. Long onto the left foot. And looks like a good one.
YCW getting their goals a bit too easily as they move to 15 goals for now. 93. Leading Karingal 12-5-77. And Karingal just can't seem to bridge that 3-goal gap.
That was Brendan Long. I think that was his second goal for the game. Both of the Long boys are very, very damaging on that forward line. Create plenty of opportunities, and when they get all that ball, they don't make too many mistakes. Back in the centre, umpire Nankervis in control. He'll put the ball down with Thomas and Bruin doing battle again. This time McCormick gets the knockout, goes on to Labozzetta. He breaks clear of a tackle, goes onto his left foot and drives it into the forward line. It's a Karingal mark from behind.
Caddy?
Yes, here's Brett Caddy. He brings it back into the half forward and finds his coach, Deaton, and takes a good mark. Turns onto his right foot out in front of the centre wing on the grandstand side. Umpire calls play on. Ball comes back. No one can take a mark. Leonard, he goes on the left foot. Has a snap. Does a big leg break, and that's a goal. That's a brilliant goal from that pocket.
15-4 now, YCW. In fact, it's 16 goals for 123 points in front of Karingal, 12-5-77.
YCW have been able to open up this gap again. We're at the 18-minute mark of the third quarter, and they're starting to show that ascendancy again. They've Karingal have got to work a lot harder. They come in patches, and when they can get the ball and run well, they look all right. But YCW are holding them up and not able to do too much.
Those are the sort of goals that win your grand finals. Marcus Leonard from the boundary line with a little bit of luck as Labozzetta clears it out of the centre. Goes down looks like long there, and this could be 50 metres. It is. No, it's... The umpire says no. Long centres it up. Who's out there? A big fly from behind and a good white mark. This could be Theobold, is it? Little fella down from the wing.
Yes, Paul Theobold changed to number 3 at half time from his normal number 14. Very reliable player in front of goals. He's only 20 metres out. Pretty well directly in front, kicking to the bay end of the ground. Make no mistake, that's the 18th goal to...
That's 17 goals to Karingal. Very, very quick on that scoreboard out there.
Probably up with them, don't you? And Karingal 12 goals, 5-77. Karingal going to make a change. They're bringing on Stephen Coombs. And looks like Jamie Bartling coming off. Coombs, another one of the youngsters. He's only 18. Plenty of young legs in this Karingal side, and they can be running right till the final quarter. I think they'll still be in this game. They've still got to work a lot harder out of the middle.
Coombs on, Bartling off, as there's a free kick in the centre. Looks like a centre square infringement. It's going YCW's way. Joey Lane, the rover. Long kick in towards half forward. Chance over the back there for Jones, but it's picked up off the pack quickly. And a goal. Is this Lawlor? It's trying to pick up who it was. They're very happy about it. 18 goals for now. YCW getting right away from Karingal. A 6-goal lead now. 18 goals for 112. Leading Karingal 12 goals 5-77.
And you're watching MPTV Sport.
don't think it was Lawlor.
I think it was Jones here, look.
No. Thomas and Bruin. Bruin now, he's found an inch in the air, gets the tap down and follows it up himself. The umpire blows the whistle low. No one could get clear. There'll be a secondary bounce. Bruin and Thomas. Thomas this time favoured. Big punch towards Berenger, takes it cleanly out of the air. Handball's off towards LaFontaine, gets a quick kick away to Deaton. Deaton now, good vision, goes out wide towards Holzer, and Holzer takes the mark and steadies it up. Now he runs off, runs around, onto his left boot. Kicks down towards Epstein in front, and well done there by Henderson. Henderson trying to trap the ball in front of him. YC defence jumps on top of it. There'll be a bounce. Right on the 50-metre line, outer side of the ground. Karingal in attack. 23 minutes gone in this third quarter. A 6-goal lead to YCW as Walton and Kenter jumping high. The umpire, it's going to Kenter. I've never been able to work out those ruck infringements, but John Kenter's got the free kick at half-back. Goes in towards the centre looking for Berenger, and Berenger with strong hands takes the mark. Plays straight on. Handball out wide, comes towards Theobold. Theobold on his left foot, in towards Labozzetta. Labozzetta's got the run of it at half forward. Tries to get around, can't get clear, but gets the handball back. Now the Karingal defence in with a chance. They run it out well. Weight of numbers told there. As Karingal now looking for some options downfield. In towards centre half forward. Getting in front was Kenter, and he runs away with the ball again. Handball over the top. Who's there? McCormick. McCormick, can he control it? Now he picks it up. Handball on. Coming through with Simons, but he couldn't take it with him. Marcus Leonard gets the handball out wide, and YCW driving in towards the full forward line again. Almost a mark in the goal square. Who can recover? There's a free kick. The umpire's paid a free kick. I think it's going YCW's way by the sound of the crowd. Oh, it is. They're very costly, those free kicks in the goal square. This one's going, by the looks of it, to Brian Jones. Jones has the ball. Ten metres out, walks in, puts it on the boot, no mistake, straight over the goal umpire's head. Another one to YCW. 20 goals now they've kicked in this match. 20 goals for, leading Karingal 12-5, and it's now all of a sudden an 8-goal margin as we enter time on in the third quarter.
And you're watching the MPNFL Grand Final on MPTV.
How far?
Getting there, won't it? Can't pull the finger. Ball's back in the centre with umpire Nan Curvis ready to bounce it down. Bruin in control and gets the knockout once again. Labozzetta taps up to Lane. Lane onto a right foot. Caddy, he can't get the mark. Simons, he's got to do more. Brings the ball down to the Karingal half forward line. Kenter can't take it. Snapped up by Henderson. Henderson gets a break with a bit of pace. A bad kick looking for Bedford, can't find it.
It's Lawlor.
He takes it out on the grandstand side. Karingal knocking the ball forward, and they were throw-in on the Karingal right half forward line.
Well, this is very reminiscent, Russell, of the third quarter, in fact of the preliminary final. It was close to half-time, YCW and Pierstow, and then YCW shot right away in that third term, kicking 8 goals into the breeze, and they've done the same thing, kicking to the same end in this grand final. As a chance comes out here for Kind. Handballs to Deaton. Deaton drops it on the boot. Who's there? Going in hard was Holzer. Ball spills to Holzer again. Gets through the pack. Can he get around the last man? He can't. He does get his boot to the ball. They go in strongly. It's all YCW there though. Going in is Epstein. Epstein on the bottom of the pack. The umpire's called for a bounce as we see a YCW player down. No, he's all right. That was Lawlor. Just a bit unhappy with himself. We're about 20 metres away from Karingal's goal. 26 minutes gone. Walton taps it down to the front. The umpire says he was pushed.
I have to agree with that, Mick. He played from front, tried to bring the ball down straight from the air, and I think it was Kenter who came over the top of him, and Walton's going to get the free kick. He's got to do a lot more work on that forward line for Karingal.
John Kender's a very hard man to play on, I think, and Walton's certainly a key down there for Karingal. He needs to kick this. Maybe this will give him a bit of a lift. But, I must say that I don't agree with many free kicks on the forward line, and that might have been one of them, as that's gone straight through the centre, and the Karingal crowd at last has come to life again as Karingal get their 13th goal. 13 goals, 5 now, 83. Well, they're still within touch, I guess. YCW 19 goals, 4, 118, and that's only a 31-point margin, is it? 85 plays 118, that's 33 points as we get very close to siren time in this third quarter. Thomas coming through, but Davison wins it. Long kick towards full forward. Coming out in front there was Simons. Can't collect the ball. Chance out here again for YCW, but the boundary line will beat them. It's out of bounds. Right in front of the coach's box, about 25 metres around from the YCW goal. And one here before before three-quarter time would be very handy. Bit of wrestling in the ruck. Joey Lane ends up going for the tap. But it comes to Deaton. Deaton balks. Kicks now. There's no one out there to kick to though, and Labozzetta takes an easy one on his chest. Runs around onto the left boot. He's going to square it up. Out there is McCormick. McCormick, the true centre-half forward position, has a look. Kicks long, awkward-looking punt kick towards full forward. No mark down there. They go to ground again. Big pack of players as Karingal try to work it out. Big scramble of players. Play on, says the umpire. He's letting it go as it comes towards long. Kicks high towards the opposite pocket. It's all Karingal out there, and they see it's safely out of bounds. In the shadows. In fact, it's out of bounds on the full. Must have come up. That looks like Caddy from here. It must have come off his foot. Very hard to pick them up in the shadows over there. Is this Leonard again? It could be Theobold. One behind, and a bit of a let-off there for Karingal. That looked a bit like Paul Theobold drifting down again from the wing.
And you're watching MPTV Sport.
29 minutes gone in this third quarter. YCW holding a 6-goal lead as a kick comes out, marked by Davison. The umpire, is he going to pay it? Paul Davison marked that kick in. The umpire's going to allow him to have the kick. Goes with a torpedo punt, a long kick. Right.
Vice versa.
Karingal coach Mick Deaton asked more from his forwards. He asked them to chase like they've never chased before. 30 minutes of football. He asked the backmen to play in front and to go one up as Karingal through Deaton goes forward, but it's a YCW mark out there to Lawlor, and YCW will go into attack. Lawlor goes wide towards the wing. He's looking for Bruin. Bruin's in front and has no trouble taking that one in front of Hickman. YCW going into attack. They hold a 6-goal lead at the start of this final quarter. Ball comes down towards Davison. Going in strongly there was Leonard, and the ball's seen safely out of bounds by the Karingal defence. 60 metres away from YCW's goal. Bruin brings the ball to ground. Going in strongly there was Delaney. Gets it clear towards McCormick. McCormick showing pace, bounces off a tackle, puts it on the boot, and I think he's kicked it.
It's a great goal to YCW. We bounced off 2 players, I think. Then Mick kept on chasing up with the ball, threw it onto the right foot, and that's a very important goal. That's the type of goal that could break Karingal's spirit in this first few seconds of the final quarter.
Well, the Karingal coach asked for the first 2 goals at the three-quarter time break, and he certainly hasn't got that because YCW's extended its lead to 7 straight goals. 20 goals 5 plays 13 goals 5 as umpire Lundy prepares to start proceedings again. Bruin, Thomas charges in, gets a tap away. Through comes Epstein, collects it beautifully. He's on the run, onto the left boot. Down towards half forward and a strong mark in there. Taken by, looks like Delaney. Play on, out to Labozzetta. Labozzetta doing well at centre half forward. Back to Berenger. Berenger goes short. Looking out there towards Delaney. Oh, he's everywhere. The ball's beaten him and gone out of bounds. It must have been Long before who took that mark and sent out the handball. Back into play it comes. Comes to ground again. YCW. Pick it up. Play on, says the umpire. Now's a chance for Karingal. Scotty Frey. Can he pick it up? He can't. Kenter comes in strongly. These players look a little bit tired out there as Deaton gets a handball away. This is Walton. Maybe he's putting back towards centre half back. Kicks in towards Henderson in the centre. Can't take the mark. And Epstein again on the run. Awkward looking kick though and marked safely in defence by the youngster Murchie. Kicks out wide. He's found a teammate out here in Lowe, Jason Lowe. Had a reasonable game on the wing today. Lowe looking for Simon. Simons has moved up forward. Almost could have been paid that mark behind. Comes out wide again towards Henderson. They pile on top of him though. No one can get it clear. There's going to be a bounce. Karingal slightly into attack. This is the furthest forward they've been in this quarter.
Another change, Mick. Bartling on and Davies off.
Caddy doing the ruck work. Davison off the ground. To Deaton. Ducks his head. Could have almost been penalised there. As getting a kick immediately was Bartling. In towards Henderson. Can't take it. McCormick with pace. Handballs back towards Epstein. And Epstein, 3 kicks in as many minutes in this opening 3 minutes of the final quarter. His kick's marked out there by Holzer. Holzer plays on. Oh, under great pressure there was Caddy. Epstein again. Kicks wide. Who's out there? It's all Karingal though, and Dean Holzer takes the mark. Holzer goes long. Now he's looking for Bedford. Bedford doesn't get there. It's a Karingal mark though.
I think that's Thomas.
Looks like Thomas the ruckman. He'll kick from about 35 metres in the shadows. Taking his time. Low trajectory kick. Looks pretty good from here. It's a goal. Goal to Karingal. It's back to 6 goals. 5 minutes into this final quarter.
That sure to lift the Karingal side. Thomas playing in front there, taking the mark, and they really needed that goal to give them a lift and to give them any chance of getting back into this game. We're at the 3-minute mark of this final quarter, and the YCW is certainly in control, but Karingal, they must get another goal or two, and then they can think about getting right back into this game. Umpire Lundy in control. Caddy into the ruck. He gets a knockdown. Ball's taken out. It's Epstein again using that left foot out of the middle. That's a smothered kick. Henderson can't break away. It's very scrambly in the middle. Caddy, he gets a handball out. Holzer overruns it. And it stacks on the mill and we'll have another ball up.
There's a couple of chances there for Karingal to break clear of the pack, but they're a little bit anxious there in the centre.
I mean, Caddy into the ruck's a good move for Karingal. He's got plenty of spring. He's a good ruckman. Ball comes out. Ball's overrun. Young Murchie, he takes the ball. Tries to blind turn, but he's tackled well. And it's paid against him. Long. Brendan Long, he puts the ball in short. Finds Jones. They'll put the ball right into the square. Big right foot. Ball falls short though. The mark taken for Karingal. Ball's taken out along the grandstand flank into that pocket.
Kind.
Rod Kine puts on his left foot, looking for Coombs.
Holzer.
No, that's Holzer out there. Played on, dodges around, takes a bounce. Puts it onto the Karingal half forward line. No mark taken. Player met heavily there. Bruin picks up. He'll drive it long into the forward line. Another good mark taken down there for Karingal. Frey, he's at the true centre half back position. He runs through that place boots it out, looking for Simons. He can't take the mark. And Lawlor coming through. Takes a bounce. Lane meets Bartling heavily. The ball's played on downfield.
Caddy.
And Brett Caddy takes a good strong mark at centre half back. Boots the ball forward. And that's Lawlor. Ball's played on again though. Out to Berenger. Berenger puts the ball into full forward position. YCW play from behind, can't mark. Ball spills out. Caddy takes, puts it onto his left foot. Walton's out there. He can't get the ball. Plays desperate on that flank, and McCormick runs it over the boundary line.
Well done by Walton down there. He's cleared the ball once. He's been switched back there from centre half forward, and some good tackling in there. As Caddy now in the ruck. Gets a tap away, but it's all YCW there as Joey Lane kicks high. Walton's underneath it. Oh, spilled a chest mark. Now is a chance for YC again, running in towards the goal square. Oh, the ball's fallen nicely for Long. Stood there and dropped it onto his boot. And that's goal number 21 for YCW. 21 goals 6, 132. Leading Karingal by 7 goals, 14 goals 6, 90. And we've played 8 minutes in the final term.
And you're watching the MPNFL Grand Finals on MPTV.
You know things are running well when you get a bounce like that in the grand final. Ball's jumped up over the Karingal player and falls thrown into his arms. Caddy and Bruin. Bruin gets the knockout. Lane takes it forward. Centre half forward. There for Karingal is Thomas. He brings it out towards the scoreboard flank. Davison over the back, can't mark. Theobold knocks it out. It's out to Davison. He'll put a long left footer in. The ball goes out of bounds. In front of the VFA social room. The Caddy and Jones to do battle. Taken away by Frey. Takes a bounce, dodges round. Poor kick, and Davison will take an easy mark on his own. Was about to play on, but given the benefit of the doubt. Tackled well by Bartling. Davison looks for a short pass out to Labozzetta. He can't control and goes out of bounds just near the Karingal coach's box on the scoreboard side of the ground.
Bruin and Caddy. Jimmy Bruin's rucked all day for YCW, done a reasonably good job too. Neither ruckman having much influence on the game as Mick Deaton sharks that one. Right around close to the boundary line. Kicks high towards half forward and a strong YCW mark there, and this looks like young Lawlor again, who's done a great job since he's come onto the ground in that back pocket. Switches across, looking for Woods. Woods runs around, it's Lane. Lane goes wider still, out wide there towards. We'll just pick him up as he gets up. He's played straight on anyway. And YCW going down towards the half forward line, in towards McCormick, and McCormick bounces up and runs off onto his left boot, in towards full forward. That's Brian Jones taking a good mark.
Karingal players unfortunately still coming from behind. They've just don't seem to have the legs to be able to keep up. I thought they would be the side that would finish off strongly, but YCW are getting in front, giving themselves the opportunity for the marks, and if they can't take the mark, they'll always get a free kick in that position.
Doesn't matter how young your legs are, Russell, if you're chasing, it's that much harder. So I think he's missed that one. That's gone astray. Jones has missed, and we can't say that we've said that very often today. Some great kicking for goal, but the margin now, a clear 7 goals again as the kick comes out here, looking wide over the top for Murchie, and he takes a strong mark. Jason Murchie, vice captain of the under-17 side, who incidentally won the flag earlier today. Going high at centre wing, taking a strong mark as Lowe, and Lowe's had a reasonably good game on this wing. The lead comes from Simon. Simon's having been moved to half forward. Can't take it though. Down the ground is Hickman. Coming through is Kind. Kind goes long towards full forward. Up they go. The YCW defence punches it forward. No one can get clear. There's Karingal again with a chance. Comes out towards Simons again. Can't control it. Now YCW getting away. Deaton's there. McCormick's there. McCormick lands in his hands. Gets a handball away. There's 3-on-1 there. Deaton now playing for the free kick, and I think he'll get it. Mick Deaton centre wing. Karingal just not able to penetrate that good YCW defence as Deaton goes wide. Ball comes to ground. Davison goes in. Handball's out to McCormick. McCormick now on the left boot. Kicks it in towards Delaney. Delaney goes long, and it's a mark down there to the goal sneak Marcus Leonard. He won't kick this one. He's outside 50, but he's been a very damaging player. Leonard looking for the lead. Comes out here from Jones. He's way out on his own and takes a safe mark. Looks a bit like Brian Jones.
Looks like Walton's been shifted onto him, and looks like he's being outpaced by Jones.
Across the face it goes. It could have been a YCW mark out there, but play on, says the umpire. Karingal with numbers there, now running it out around the grandstand side. Handball comes across. Now they steady and have a look. It's all YCW out there. It's 3-on-1 as this is Long, Brendan Long. Onto the left boot in towards full forward. Should be a Karingal, safe Karingal mark to Brett Caddy in front. Handballs it straight off. They're still trying to run as Kine on the left boot kicks it in towards Simons. Simons can't control it. LaFontaine, he's tackled. Now a chance for Bruin. Bruin tackled. Labozzetta goes in. A little kick off the ground. Clever play. YCW now with another chance. This is Lane. Lane squares it up. 3-on-1 out there. And once again it's Brett Caddy. Very safe hands. Handballs it off to Deaton. Mick Deaton going wide. Out there is Lowe. Almost took the mark. Woods pressuring him. The ball's close to the boundary line now. It's out of bounds. Looks like Darren Woods has come up onto a wing. Either that or he's followed his man right down the ground.
Brendan Lacey's been prepared to move those running players around, bring them all into the game. Woods, McCormick, Long, give them all a chance to run around. This time umpire Lundy's decided to bounce the ball up at the centre half forward position for YCW. The caddy doesn't quite get the knockout. Out again to Deaton. He's had plenty of kicks today. Bartling can't capture it. Falls short to Davison. He'll use that long left foot. Brings it back to centre half forward position. And that's Berenger. Tries to shrug the tackle. Could have the ball taken from him. No. Kicks long that far forward flank for YCW. Out in front is Long. Short pass to Theobold. Always a dangerous player in that half forward line. And at about 40 metres out on a 45-degree angle, kicking to the Car Street end.
7 goals the margin. We've played 15 minutes and Theobold lines up to make the margin 8. Usually a pretty reliable kick. That's a floating drop punt. Caddy gets up high to touch it in the goal square. Now Hickman tries to run it out. The ball will beat him and go out of bounds. Right in that forward pocket. YCW in attack, as they have been for most of this final quarter.
You're watching the
The MPNFL Second Division Grand Final, and YCW leads by 7 goals. There's a handball now for Karingal. Coming out towards centre wing. No one's going up, and it's left to Woods to come from behind. He copped one, I think, as he went down. But those ones don't hurt in the final quarter of the grand final when you're leading by 7 goals. Goes in towards Labozzetta. Goes high. In fact, it's Berenger. Can't take the mark. Bruin streaming through half forward. He'll go long into the goal square. Walton in front. Ball punched away. Running onto it there looked like Coombs. Now Karingal running it out again. This is Coombs. Out wide. He's looking out there for Paul Groves. Groves, can he get there? Ball goes to ground. Out of bounds. Right in front of the grandstand. Bruin. Tap away looking for Davison and Lane. Can't find him. Now it's Davison. Goes long towards full forward. Jones behind. Man in front paid the mark. The umpire's pulled this up. Let's just try to pick it up. The umpire in fact had paid a free kick and not a mark. And under the VFL rules adopted by the MPNFL this year, that constitutes a bounce. Tap comes away towards Theobold, but now I think there's the square up, Russell, as Lundy finds a free kick for Brett Caddy, the ruckman.
Definitely a square. I think that's a ridiculous rule, and I think it looks like being outlawed next year.
Kick towards the centre of the ground. Labozzetta's there. Clears him. Going in hard there was Henderson. The umpire's called for another bounce. And the shadows of the pine trees now extending into the centre of the ground. It's getting very hard to pick them up as we've gone 18 minutes now in the final quarter. I think it's YCW's flag for 1989 and promotion to Division 1. As Karingal now trying to run it forward, trying to get a bit of system going. This is low onto his right boot. And there might be a kick downfield. It's the only way they'll get through the YCW half-back line too at this stage.
Ridiculous play by Berenger. There was no need to knock the player over after he kicked it. It was clearly, but still, Chris Simons will take a kick at the 50-metre line directly in front. It's usually a good kick, but it'll take a very, very good kick to get this one in. Looks like a change. Goonan coming back on. He's replacing Mathew long.
Kick by Simons, deep into the goal square, and we can't see anything down there in the shadows.
1 point, Mick, that's all.
1 point at this stage. Karingal needs a lot more as we've gone now 19 minutes. They trail by 7 goals. Kick comes out towards Hickman. He can't hold the mark. He's been a bit quiet in this game. Now YCW breaking clear. This is Marcus Leonard. He's having a run on the ball and enjoying it too. The handball comes over towards Lane. Lane, they've got the loose man going out here. His handball finds Delaney. Delaney squares it up as easy as you like, and Labozzetta's there. Just like a training drill, that one. Labozzetta. The big left foot. I think he's gone wide though. He's kicked that wide. Only one behind. Deserved a little bit better. Good passage of play there.
Great football by the YCW side. Bring that ball around, and should have been capped off with a goal, but not to be. Short pass out of the back line finds Deaton. Certainly Karingal's most possession gatherer today. Brings it out and finds Hickman. He'll go onto his left foot. Brings it back in front of the scoreboard. Bruin and Deaton, he can't take it. Theobold drives it into the full forward line. A big leap from Goonan, he can't take it. It's taken out of the back line for Karingal. Holzer is out there with Berenger. Holzer's got the front seat. Handball's off. And a YCW free kick for being held while not in possession. Labozzetta takes a mark just in front of the umpire's race. He'll go onto his left foot and is struck as he kicks the ball.
Free kick down the field. Let's see who's going to take this one. Goonan's there. Goonan's picked up the ball. Umpire Lundy says, yes, son, it's your kick. He's going to kick from right on the 50-metre line. It might be a bit behind him. Jones getting back into the square with Walton. Also down there is Brendan Long. It's Goonan. Off the side of the boot slightly. Walton comes out in front and takes a strong grab. Jeff Walton goes short. Scott Frey running through half-back. Now he kicks in short again. Oh, the mark fumbled there. A chance again though. Through as they go out wide there towards Frey again. Frey trying to get the handball away. The handball's smothered. It's gone out of bounds. Good pressure by the YCW forwards. They've hardly let Karingal get forward in this quarter. They had a 6-goal lead at three-quarter time, and there's no way they were going to surrender it. As we check the time clock, we've gone 20 minutes. 14 goals, 690, Karingal, trailing YCW 21-7, 133. As the ball back into the centre of the ground. Coming through as Lawlor. He's had a great second half since he's come onto the ground. Goes short. Caddy almost held the mark. Frey again now buttering. Straight down the centre. That's the only way they can go. Simon's outnumbered 3-1. Over the back. This looks like Henderson. Henderson, he's clear. What will he do with it? Gets a little handball over. And dropping the ball, says the umpire. Well, a promising build up there by Karingal. It's come undone as YCW switches the ball out wide towards Davison. Paul Davison.
He'll use the ball long, brings it down in front of the scoreboard. Looking for Labozzetta, he can't mark it. Murchie, but Lane breaks through. He'll take a bounce. Looks into the forward line, an easy mark taken by Long. He handballs over to Theobold. Theobold will run into an open goal and extend the YCW lead.
And you're watching,
22 goals 7, leading Karingal 14 goals 8.
you're watching the MPNFL Grand Finals on MPTV.
Great play by Lane. Yeah. Oh, play the song. Eight goals, the YCW lead. We've gone 20 minutes, 22 minutes as McCormick drills the ball out of the centre, down towards half forward. Karingal defence coming out to meet it there. That's Coombs. Can't get clear. This is Theobold who kicked the last goal. Handball's off to Davison. Davison's played a kick behind and done it very well in this last quarter. Goes high towards full forward. A chance there for Jones. Jones bundled off the ball. They pile on top of it. The umpire will call for a bounce. About 25 metres away from the YCW goal as we're about to enter time on in this second division grand final. Caddy and Jones. Jones gets a little tap towards the front. Scotty Frey kicks out towards Labozzetta. Labozzetta tapping it in front of him. Gets around the boundary line. He's clear. Onto the left boot. Goes towards goals. Oh, he hasn't kicked that, has he? He certainly has. Another goal to YCW, and you can do no wrong when you're leading by 9 goals in a grand final.
I think that's pretty well the goal of the day, Mick.
Hitting that one from right on the boundary line on his wrong foot.
Not a lot of daylight there, and that's the sort of goal that when the confidence is going, they're the sort of kicks that you can get. Karingal, their heads are now hung very low. They've realised that it's beyond them to get up, but they've done well today. They've kept on running. John Lundy ready to bounce the ball down before some of the players are ready. It'll be Brett Caddy and Jim Bruin. No one really gets a clear knock. Bruin gets a kick away though. Berenger runs onto the ball. Falls over, gets pushing back by his teammate Epstein. Handball comes out to Bruin, he knocks on. Getting very scrambly. Players obviously becoming tired. And umpire Nan Curvis ready to bounce the ball down.
Centre wing, grandstand side, 9 goals the lead as we enter time on in this second division grand final. Ball comes clear now for McCormick. McCormick can run. Now he kicks. Awkward looking kick towards full forward, but coming out in front to take a strong mark is Jones. Brian Jones should make it 10 goals from there. In fact, it's Long. Brendan Long. Good looking left footer. Might have hooked it a little bit. No, he hasn't. It's through for another goal. That's a clear 10 goal lead now to YCW, and I think that a lot of people might have expected that after the preliminary final performance of YCW. Magnificent crowd here today. They came to see a close game. They got it for a half, but YCW far too good in the second half.
Certainly have raced away to Mick. They've taken the ball out of centre. Bruin has been dominating all day. He's worked very hard, and he'll have a few quiet drinks tonight, I think. Bruin gets the knockout once again. Caddy takes it away. Deaton tackle from behind. Labozzetta knocks the ball over to the running Davison, who's been everything. And Murchie hits him what umpire Lundy thinks is a little bit late. Free kick downfield. Walton gets the kick away. Marcus Leonard takes it on the square. He plays on, puts it out onto the true centre half forward area. Long takes the ball again. finds his teammate down there, Mark Berenger, about 25 metres out, 45 degree angle, and would be looking pretty safe for another goal here. No, not to be, this time offline. 1 point results. Still, the kicking has been very accurate today. Both sides have only kicked 7 points each, which under a pressure game is good kicking.
All the sting really has gone out of Karingal's game, despite the efforts of Mick Deaton, who takes that kick out, gets it away to Low, and Low finds Coombs at half-back. Can they mount a final charge, Karingal, as Coombs goes long? He's looking for Simons. Simons inches his way to the front, but he's outmarked brilliantly by Epstein. Epstein had a great final quarter as he goes wide. And there's a Karingal free kick.
It's been paid the other way.
It's YCW, in fact. McCormick kicks towards half forward. Ball spills to Coombs. Coombs going wide again. He's looking out there for Holzer. Holzer can't take it. Berenger's run onto the ball, but there's a free kick in the meantime. It's going back to Dean Holzer. He'll kick from half back in the shadows of the grandstand. Goes long. Epstein in front again. Simon's claiming the mark. The umpire says it's yours, Paul. And Paul Epstein will clear once again for YCW. Kicks in towards Lane in the centre, and Lane's been a very damaging rover in this final quarter. Runs off. Gets away from Hickman. Onto the right boot. Down towards half forward, but Brett Caddy's all on his own there. And Caddy takes the mark. 27 minutes gone. Goes out wide. He's looking for Murchie. Murchie now. Onto the right boot. A wobbly looking kick. Davison's out there as he has been all quarter. Bounce beats him though. Now's a chance for Lowe. Tapping it away in front of him. And there's the siren. It's all over. It's YCW's Premiership 1989. They'll go up to First Division next year. As we check the final scores, YCW 24 goals 8, 152 has defeated Karingal 14 goals 7, 91.
That's a great win to the Frankston YCW club. Runners up last year to Rosebud. They've come back, they've made the grand final again, and not only have won this game but have dominated it in the second half. They've taken the Bulls by the horn, if you like, and raced her over the game.
12 goals to 4 after half-time. After scores were it was only 2 goals of difference at half-time. But all credit to YCW. They missed out on a grand final berth by 1 point 3 years ago. They were the beaten grand finalists last year by Rosebud. They lost by 2 goals on the small ground at Mornington. And this year, back on the big ground, they've proved themselves the best side in the competition on the big grounds. And, well, they'll go up to First Division. There certainly won't be any doubt about promotion and relegation for another year, because I'm sure that YCW want to go up. And as we check I think we've lost track of the goal kickers, but if we check the best players, as we see the goal umpires down there checking the scorecards, there won't be only be academic interest in that. It's a 10-goal victory to YCW.
I think you'd look at better players, certainly for